Alright, so I'm going to show how to replace the battery on this iPhone 6. So first what you're going to do is get a pentalobe. This is a 0.8 or a P2 screwdriver. And remove the two screws on the bottom, alright, right next to the charge port. Okay, so one, oops. Just like that. And then remove the second one. Okay, now that you got both screws removed, we're going to take out the screen. So usually what you want to do, you can use a pry tool or whatever you can do to get underneath this cover. Okay, so you'll usually want something very thin, even a razor blade works. Just get that in the gap there. Once you get that, you'll want to slide the pry tool along the sides like this, oops, to lift this out. Okay, alright. And then just pull this up from both sides, okay? Just like that. The screen will swing forward like this. And then when it swings forward, you kind of want to wiggle it to kind of get the top part out. Let me see, this phone I think is still on. Let me make sure it shuts off completely. Okay. So once you do that, make sure it's off. Okay. So hold this up slightly. And then we're going to have to remove these Phillips screws. You can use a PH0 screwdriver to remove them, okay, or JIS0. Just lift this up, right, hold on it, and then take out the two screws from this piece. Okay, one there. You do have to kind of wiggle it to lift it up, and then take out this screw. All right, now that you got both screws out, you're going to lift this metal plate up, okay, just like this. Alright, and then the battery connects right here. So to remove that, you can use a little pry tool. I just use my fingernail, and then you can just lift this up. So let's see if I can do this from this side. Do it from this side. I cut my nails a little short, so it's a little more tricky, but there you go. Just lift it up like that. After you do that, you want to press and hold the power button just to drain any power. Usually about 10 to 15 seconds. Most people don't do this step for probably phone batteries, but it's nice to do it just to make sure that you don't accidentally ruin anything in here. Okay. Alright, so now that we did that, it works well to remove this little piece. This is the haptic feedback motor, so that's the thing that vibrates. So just remove the two screws from that. Okay. Alright. And then lift the haptic feedback motor out. So here you can see, it just comes out like that. And it connects the board with these two little gold pins here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. It's kind of awkward to work on this because the camera films horizontally, but the thing I'm working on is like this. Okay, so if you want, you can actually take the whole screen out by removing these 5 screws and remove that. But usually I don't really do that because we just need to take these out. If these do tear, then I will take out the screen because it makes it easier to do. But anyways, usually what you do, these two black tabs, they're a stretch adhesive. So what you do is you peel these up. Okay, so the stretch adhesive comes out like this. And what you do is you just stretch it out. That's why it's a stretch adhesive. And as you stretch it, it will actually come out from underneath the battery. So you just pull it like this, okay? And try and pull it as straight back as you can, the same way the battery is. These other components are slightly in the way, so you might accidentally tear it. If you do tear it, then you are going to have to pry it out, but you just grab the adhesive and just slowly pull it back like this, okay? And just keep pulling it, and eventually it will all come out. So this kind of adhesive, as it stretches, it actually releases the adhesion, and that's why they put those, so it's easier to remove it. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this for the other one as well. If these don't break, then battery replacement is very easy. Sometimes they tear, and then it makes replacing the battery kind of a pain. Alright, so again, same thing, just pull it. The speaker setup is kind of in the way. This one is actually stuck, so let me, so it actually tore here, so I have to be very careful. Hopefully it's not going to tear completely. And you just want to try and peel it out. So I'm going to try and grab closer. Sorry you can't see because this thing's getting in the way, but I'm grabbing closer to the adhesive and then pulling it straight back. Okay, I hope it doesn't tear because it is getting stuck. It's not stretching the way it should. So sometimes it helps to kind of push on it. I use my finger to kind of push on it downwards. Oh, somebody's messaging me. And then just keep pulling it, okay? So I'm going to try and do this. I'm sorry, it's going to be covered by that. Hopefully I can get it out without it tearing, because otherwise I'm going to have to take the whole thing out. Okay. So again, what I'm doing, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'm pushing on the adhesive to make it go downwards to try and get it to go straight out, but it looks like it's just tearing. Oh no. Yeah, it looks like this one I am going to have to tear it out. Okay, actually, oh, nope. Okay, see it tore? That's a pain. So if you can try and grab it out with the tweezers. Okay, looks like I can reach it slightly, and then you can just try and peel it some more. Okay, so I might have gotten lucky with this one because it looks like the adhesive is coming out. There we go. So just keep peeling it. Good. That was worrying me. Okay, so once you get both those adhesive strips out, the battery just lifts up just like this. Okay, let me turn off the thing that keeps beeping. All right, sorry about that. All right, anyways, so you want to get the new battery. Okay. Usually I just go on Amazon and see what has good reviews. Okay. So we'll get the new battery. It usually comes wrapped in a piece of plastic like that. And then we're just going to get the adhesive strips. Okay. So this, you basically, the way it comes out is the same, or the adhesive, the way you apply it is the same way. So what you do, I slide this plastic sheet off. Okay, I just push the battery through and then grab the bottom and slide that off. Okay, and then what you want is, as you can see, this part sticks here, and then the top of these have the sticky stuff. So I stick that on there, and then I stick this underneath. So usually the easiest way is you put this here, but you want to peel off the things for this. So let's peel off these blue little tabs here for the back of those. Okay. And then what you do, you lay the battery here, like this, okay? And then make sure that this thing stays lined up. And then grab the pink tab and fold that over just like this, okay? And then once you press that down, those little tabs will stick on it like the old one, okay? Once you do that, you can flip the whole thing over, and then you can lift this up, peel this blue piece off. It should peel off, but for some reason it didn't. That's kind of weird. So usually this blue piece should peel off nicely. Let me try and do it again. There we go. Okay, so you want to push on this blue piece to roll it when you roll it back. That will keep the white adhesive flush. Okay, just like that. And then it does want to curl on itself, but you don't want it to do that. Okay, just like this. All right, and then you just take the pink piece and flip it back over and push those, line it up and push it back down. Okay, just like this. All right, there we go. So now we got that on. And then same thing with the pink layer, just flip it over and then push that down so when you roll it, it stays flush onto the battery. Okay, just like that. Uh-oh, this side always has some weird peeling up. Okay, so if it does, just try and get it to stick back down and then roll the pink part up. Okay, just like that. Okay, if it does have this, we might have to cut it or something if it's sticking too high, but we'll find out, hopefully not. Okay, because sometimes if it's too thick, it's gonna push on the back of the screen. So I think I might have to either stretch this or cut it off or something. But that will make releasing of it a lot more difficult. So hopefully not. We're going to try and line it up to where this battery piece is. I might just cut it anyways because it is really lumpy. So I'm going to cut that, and then the problem is that release thing is going to be more difficult, but it is what it is. If If I leave it, it's going to put pressure on the back of the screen, and that's even worse. So hopefully this one little piece will be enough to pull the rest of the adhesive through. Okay. Because it was too lumpy, I had to cut that off. This piece also kind of lumped up, so I'm going to peel that. So usually you don't want any of those lumps in there, okay? So that should be good. Doesn't need the whole adhesive, okay? Then what you do, hold the screen up just like this, and then you want to connect the battery connector first, okay? Push that down in place, and then while you're holding the battery connector in, you have to push the battery into the cable because it's not creased, okay? Just like that, and then drop it in just like this, and then rub your fingers over to make sure it stays in place. There we go. And now we just put back all these little components. So we'll put back this, make sure that the springs on the bottom of this piece line up with that or match up on that side. Okay. Get the screwdriver. Okay. Put the screw in just like this. Alright, get the other screw in as well. Usually I put the screw in loosely the first time, and then you can tighten it down. Alright, make sure that's in. Get the little metal plate, put that back on top. Get the screws. Okay. Tighten that screw, get the other screw. Alright, make sure the metal plate lines up. Go, and then tighten it down. Alright, so we got all those screws back in. Now we switch back to the pentalobe P.2 or P2 or 1.2, and then you want to get the top to line up properly first, and then when you have that, push the bottom side in and then slowly go up to clip the thing back in place. Alright, make sure everything is flush, and then try and power it on. If it turns on, you're good to go. Put back the pentalobe screws next to the charge port. Okay. And that's all there is to it. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, please like and subscribe. Help others find my videos. Thank you for watching. The one other thing is if your charge port is loose or having problems plugging in, what you want to do is, let's see here, I'm going to turn this off. So what you want to do is, let's see here. So on this model, the pins are on the back side, so towards the screen there's no pins. But what you do is you get a needle, and then you go in, and here you can see there's like dust coming out. So you want to slide the needle and make sure to keep it on the side away from the pins. So I'm keeping it on the side towards the screen, okay? That's very important because if you slide it to the side with the pins, you can actually break those pins and then your phone won't charge anymore. Okay, so that's it. Remove any debris and you're good to go. Hopefully this video helped again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.